Hi, support people. This time I'm not reporting to you from the hospital. I am reporting to you from Cedar Lodge at Kidder Creek. Mike and I got up here on Sunday, so I've been here for almost a week and have just been getting settled. I've been training the staff just for well, I was supposed to only do an hour, but there's so much good stuff to talk about that I ended up doing more. But for the last few mornings, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings, and then now it's time to rest. But we're excited to be here. We brought our awesome Honda Element up here, and Mike packed the car in such a way that I could actually lay down on, I think like 3 or 4 inch memory foam mattress that was totally flat and sleep and still have a seatbelt on because safety first. So that was pretty fun, and we got to see his family on the way up here, which was very special, and we're glad to be able to be here this summer. It's just a miracle to be healthy enough to be here. And I know the last video that I shared with you, I just said I was kind of having a rough time, and this recovery, I mean, now like all of life is a recovery period. Like the rest of life will be that. But it has been really challenging, and um, I've just been dealing with a lot of the collateral damage internally of chemo, and so that's been a challenge to just learn how to take care of myself, and the signs of needing to press the pause button or totally stop doing an activity are way more subtle now than they've ever been in my entire life. It's like if I feel tired, then it's too late. I'm gonna get sick. So that's new. I think I'm going through a little bit of a grieving process with that, knowing that I want to be able to be involved in everything that I possibly can be here, and my body just doesn't have the ability to do that. So I have to honor that. And I did share that with the staff when I was training them. We were talking about kind of strengths and growth areas, and um, where we want to grow, and also how those areas of growth are often the areas that get most attacked. And so I just said, I'm really going to be working this summer on resting, and that is really hard for me because I want to be involved in everything. And also I have this little lie that goes around in my mind that I, for some reason, think that other people are going to perceive me as being lazy or a slacker or whatever if I'm not present at activities or if I'm resting for the majority of the day. So that was really helpful to voice because they just, I mean, and I know how ridiculous it is. Like I know that that's not true. And if someone thinks that I'm being lazy because I'm only present for 3 hours of the long camp day, like that's not my issue because my priority is taking care of myself, and I'm really working on just my own internal process and saying like I don't need other people to validate that in order for it to be valid, or to understand it in order for it to be true. So that's really, it's nice to just voice that out loud, and they've been really supportive of just encouraging me to rest. And similar with Maddie, major shout out to her. She's the Camp Hope America program assistant and is just on it with all things organization and details, which is great because I don't have the capacity to be doing all of that. No, I don't have to be doing all of that, which is great. But yeah, I'm learning that limitations and boundaries are a good thing. And if I want to be present for the whole summer, then I have to learn how to do that. Or else I'm going to wear myself out and it's not going to be a pretty picture for anybody. So yeah, that's going to be a really long learning process. But I can feel kind of like energy and strength coming back. You've probably noticed that I look a little bit healthier. I've gained a little bit of weight, which is good because my weight was definitely lower than it's ever been in my adult life. So now it's back up, and that's good. And I'm doing a special, even more special than normal, kind of diet food situation right now to help with some of my GI issues, and it actually is really really effective, which is great. And then one of the other super fun things is that my hair's growing back. Do you see it? It's so exciting. Um, Probably like a week and a half ago or something. Um, all my face and my scalp was all the same color. And then the next day, my scalp was a little bit darker, and that was exciting because I just thought, oh my gosh, this is about to just like chia pet all the way through, and like I'm gonna have hair, and this is gonna be so fun. And then I've also been using Lash Boost. Shout out to Kelly and Rodan and Fields on my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and they just kind of sprouted out overnight also, which is so great. And I've been using castor oil on my head because it helps with, well, castor oil combined with massaging it, because massage helps with blood circulation in general. And if blood is circulating to various parts of our bodies, that means oxygen is going to those places as well, which is what helps with cells being really healthy and duplicating themselves in like the good, healthy way. So that's been fun. And then I just want to show you, like, look at that hair. It's so exciting. And I have the tiniest little eyelashes. And I actually had to pluck my eyebrows yesterday because I was starting to get a unibrow and I was kind of excited about it. So that's pretty fun. And it's just been cool for like Mike and I to get to, Mike and me rather, to get to celebrate that, because eyebrows and eyelashes are like this sort of sign of normalcy, and I really had been struggling with looking in the mirror and not really recognizing myself and not feeling super great about like what was looking back at me. Um, and that's a good, lesson in vanity and beauty being so much more than what looks back at the mirror or looks back um, at us when we're looking in a mirror. So that has been definitely like a challenge. And just a good lesson for me to learn. But I appreciate that normalcy, and it's fun for us to get to celebrate that together, because it's just this like constantly growing physical sign that I'm not going through chemo anymore and I don't have cancer anymore. And that's been a really strange thing for me to try and grasp. Even having like a cancer-free party, I felt pretty disconnected and detached emotionally because I thought, well, if we're having a cancer-free party, then that means that I don't have cancer anymore. And that is exciting only because I did have cancer. And that feels really surreal. And I think I'm just kind of in survival mode of, I can't be like living in that kind of intense emotional place all the time. But I definitely do want to be remembering like this is a miracle that God did and a journey that he chose me for and chose Mike and myself for. And I don't want to miss out on that. And I definitely don't want to miss opportunities to celebrate what he's done in my body and my mind and my life, and same with Mike. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, that's what's going on over here. And I'm just trying to do some physical rehabilitation, some internal rehabilitation of my GI tract, because basically, me still having issues with like nausea coming and going is not because of chemo. Most of that is out by now. Hopefully, all of it is out by now. Um, but that's because my GI tract got wrecked. So I'm trying to be patient and gentle with myself, and with my insides, both physical insides and emotional insides, because this has been a battle and it makes sense that I feel tired. Um, and that's okay. So I'm just learning to be where I am, and that's kind of the jam. We'll be at camp for the whole summer, Lord willing. So we packed up the element and have everything that well, I guess you can never really have everything that you need, but we have a lot of stuff. I have a crazy amount of meds and supplements, and then also wellness things like my yoga tune-up balls and very lightweight weights and my yoga mat and foam roller and all this stuff, because that is my number one job this summer is self-care, and my number two job is to be the director of Camp Hope America. So I only have like 2 or 3 hours of each day that I like really need to be present for, and they're not consecutive, which is good because I'm just learning that my capacity is way lower than it has ever been. So there's definitely like a little bit of grieving going on there because I want to be involved in everything and I just can't. So I'm learning to let go and I'm learning to kind of surrender my pride. And I'm learning to trust other people, which is a good thing to learn, even though it's really super hard. So that's kind of the main gig right now. This is a great staff, and I'm really excited to watch them like counsel really well because they're very mature and very wise, and just super insightful and engaged, and that is such a gift. And we have the campers coming tomorrow, so if you can be on your knees, literally or figuratively, praying for safe travel for them, praying for the staff, as for a lot of them, this is their first time counseling, praying for Mike and me in learning how to engage well and learning how to rest well. That would be awesome. Um, and just for my physical bod, that it would be protected from germs. And my immune system is doing really, I mean, as well as it probably can be at this point. Like my blood work looks really great, which is awesome. Um, but yeah, I'm going to need continued protection and self control to not overcommit myself because that's not going to go well for anybody. So yeah, thank you again for supporting and loving us. Mike and I continue to get checks in the mail or cards saying that you're praying for us from afar or whatever, and we're so thankful. We're so thankful. It's ridiculous. I keep thinking, oh my gosh, this amazing crew of people is continuing to love and support us. And I could not be more just shocked in a really good way and overwhelmed by gratitude. Y'all are the tops, and we're really glad to have you on our team and hope that you are also having a wonderful summer, which I know summers are not as exciting when you're an adult because you have to still go to work. But I hope that you are enjoying time with family and friends this weekend and that you are being reminded of the gift that is breathing and being alive in the world. Um, yeah, you guys are awesome, and we will talk to you soon.